Hi YouTube, this is DMT Tabletop Gaming, otherwise known as Troy Spencer. This is going to be my first video in the series of After the Game. It's been a while since I did the prelude video for this. Initially I had planned to do that series talking about my home group and discussions that we might have had after we finished our campaigns, but it seems that most of my gaming is online at the moment, so I'm going to change it up a little bit and talk about certain things that come up in the games that I've been playing, either as a player or DMing. What's bringing this about today is the game I ran last night. It was a game set in the Red Wizard Nation of Thay. In that game, I had a lot of adult content, or not safe for work content, if you will. In the game, we had dogfighting in the tavern. We had sexual exploitation, and in addition to that, we also had concepts of and ideas of slavery. Didn't get into a lot of those story arcs in this session, but in future sessions run in that same setting of Thay, those things might come up more often. So after the game, I discussed with the players involved their comfort levels of some of the topics that came up. Most of the conversations revolved around the conversation of the dogfight scene or interactions with that particular part of the sequence I had written about the tavern at the beginning of the adventure. Most of the players stressed to me that they were okay with it, and I mean, it's obviously not something they would do in real life, but as it being a part of a game, they were okay with it. This also comes up in addition to a conversation I had with some individuals of the One Shot group in a hangout just last week, where we were talking about sex in our games and that form of adult content in our games and the comfort level that people have with it. There were probably about 8 individuals in that conversation, and there were varying levels of comfort when talking about having sex in your games. For me personally, there's a few thresholds that I don't want to partake in. Certain topics such as rape and or child molestation and things like that. I certainly do not want any of that in any games that I play in, even if it's a part of the setting. I'd rather avoid those imagery at all costs. I mean, even things like sexual exploitation and dogfighting and slavery are all, terrible things that we don't want to see in the world we live in. But for me, those things are okay in a game as long as they add to the setting and add to the stories being told. If you're just putting it in there for, effect, without actually adding to the story, I could see it being an issue. So what I'm doing here today is hopefully some people can express what their thresholds are, especially people in the one-shot group that I will be playing with in the future and or running games for. I'd like to have an idea of what people's comfort zones are and what is too much when someone is writing the plots for the story that they're trying to tell. If anyone would like to share, that'd be great. I'd appreciate any insight. Thank you.
What we do here is go back. Loud.